When I woke up today, I did realize somehow lost Alfredo again. But I was not too upset about it. I was pretty happy to renew my doll yesterday. But it has not been easy picking up where you left off. This morning I noticed it was snowing a lot less, but the electricity was still out. And mom said we were just gonna have to adapt to our new circumstances until the snow melted. She said I did showered in few days and I could not live like a savage. I promised mom I did bath twice a day once the electricity came back on, but she made me go upstairs to take a shower anyway. The water was freezing cold, and the only towel in the bathroom was one mom used yesterday. So I had to dry myself with some gas I found in the cabinet and the sink. But I got dressed and I heard a knock on the front door. I thought maybe the police had finally come to take me away, and I felt dizzy. But when I looked out of the window, I saw Rowley standing there, and he had something in his hands. Well, I thought that Rowley had come to rescue us, but when I opened the door, he told me he had bought us Christmas cookies, and then he asked me if I wanted to come outside and play. I told him he was out of mind and asked him how his family was surviving without any electricity. But he looked confused. Rowley said his family still had electricity and everyone else on the street did too. And I'm sure enough I could see people's Christmas right up and down the street. Then Rowley asked me if I wanted to make a snowman and slammed the door shut. But one day after I helped myself to a cookie. I told mom what Rowley said about electricity, and she told me to go to the basement to see if there was anything wrong with our fuse box. Then when I opened it, I looked at the circuit breaker. Here what I found. The only switch that was on is Manny's. So I ran upstairs, and when I opened Manny's door, I got blast of heat, and Manny was sitting there with a space heater and a pile of food and a bunch of other stuff too. When things got bad, Manny has to have figured it was every man for himself. I think he would not let the rest of us freeze to death as long as he had enough to survive. Mom asked Manny why he cut off the power to the rest of the house, and he started bubbling that it was because no one had ever taught him to how to tie his shoes. And while mom dealt with Manny, I went down to the basement and switched on the circuit breakers for the rest of the house, and electricity came back on and the furnace kicked in. That a few minutes after the dad called, he said the highways was clear and that he was coming home. I looked out the window and saw the plow coming up our hill. Mom said it was a miracle that dad was gonna be home for Christmas Eve. But to be honest with you, I had totally forgotten what day it was until that moment. Dad picked up some food on the way home, and then the rest of it like a pack of wolves. And let me just say, I will never take the food for granted again. Mom said she was gonna go out to Daddy to try to find a place that was open that sold glasses.